My name is Norman Clement. I'm the Executive Director and founder of Detroit Change Initiative.
I am Paula Bowman. I'm the co-president of the League of Women Voters of Michigan.
My name is Joan Gustafson. I'm the External Affairs Officer at the Michigan Nonprofit Association.
Proposal 2, simple point, everyone has access to voting. That's what it is to us. So Proposal 2 expands the scope for voting so people get more access to voting. Early days of early voting. Also, people are automatically registered at 18. And so for as a nonprofit, our job is really educate voters about the importance of going to the polls, the importance of voting, understanding civic engagement. A lot of times as nonprofits, we're also trying to get people registered to vote, then talk to them about the importance of voting, where sometimes they don't even know why they're voting or they're apathetic on voting.
The ballot proposal was a way to empower voters, protect democracy, and secure voting rights in Michigan, which is very similar to what our mission is at the League of Women Voters. And that's why we signed on to it with open arms.
So Proposal 2 gives, number one, it gives more drop boxes in the state of Michigan. And then also what it does is it really expands the role of people getting their voices heard.
Probably the most significant thing that voters are going to see is the 9 days of early voting. This is not uncommon. We're not the first state to do this, but it really gives voters an opportunity to go in and vote on their time frame when it's convenient for them. And we hope this will bring more voters out. But it does other little things too, like establish a permanent absentee ballot voter list. So if you apply for an absentee ballot, let's say for the primary, you don't have to do it all over again for the November election. And that was something that was very confusing to voters because they'd say, well, wait a minute, I already did this. Why do I have to do it again? They might throw the application away and not remember to do it again. But it was very confusing for voters. The League of Women Voters has over 33 leagues around the state of Michigan. We have 2,600 members. So right from the get-go, we took on the role of collecting petition signatures. We had 500 to 600 volunteers out at, fairs, schools, libraries, any public place around the state of Michigan, and we collected over 23,000 signatures. So we were in it from the get-go. It is collecting signatures. There's a whole process to it. And we were very careful to train our volunteers to make sure that they knew what they were doing, where they could be, who they could speak to, what to do if they had any sign of controversy there. So it was a whole process of educating people about obtaining signatures. But our league members totally believed in this proposal and were happy to do it.
Yeah, what we did was we really went door to door asking folks to look at the information and importance on Proposal 2. There were a lot of campaigns and there were anti-voting campaigns going on. Our job was going canvassing door to door, doing outreach, sharing, hey, the importance of Proposal 2 about expanding your right to vote. We community outreaches we did, partner with organizations at fairs, summertime events. We have our own hosting of home events, back to school rallies, or even sometimes when parents went to pick up their kids, we did lit drops, giving parents in their hand leaflets, information on Proposal 2. So we went down there meeting people where as they are, asking questions. People had tons of questions, but we answered those questions like, hey, this is understanding you're expanding your right to vote. And this should be a nonpartisan issue.
We are one of 30 organizations that were responsible for PTV, and we had members from the league attending all the campaign committee meetings. We attended press conferences, and we had a network of our league members, of course, who we were reaching out to all the time about their progress. Once it was on the ballot, though, our education committee took over, and we were prepared presentations for all of our league members to give presentations in their communities about what PTV 2022 would mean for them. So it spelled out all of the benefits to voters, and we had another advocacy presentation where we urged people to vote for it because we wanted people to know exactly what it was. Some people didn't understand why we were voting for this proposal now when they thought they voted for it in 2020, and we were trying to show them that it was a wonderful way of giving them even more voting conveniences and rights.
Yeah, it was passed.
Proposal 2 was passed during the 2022 midterms, and when Michigan voters passed that proposal, several changes were made to the Michigan Constitution to expand voter rights and to enhance the security of our elections. So the Constitution in Michigan now requires, among other things, at least 9 days of early voting in statewide and federal elections. It requires one 24-hour ballot drop box per 15,000 registered voters in a municipality. It requires a state-funded enhanced absentee ballot tracking system and a state-funded prepaid postage for absentee ballots and for absentee ballot application. So there were a number of elements in this ballot proposal. But early voting, that is the one that the Michigan Nonprofit Association was most interested in. We felt that that element posed the most challenges, but also, the most opportunities. And it's the top priority of a number of our partner organizations in the state as well, in large part because it's the most customer-facing element of all, of the different pieces of the proposal. So here at M&A, we felt it was so important that we even included it as a topic or a panel discussion at our annual Nonprofit Day at the Capitol on March 7th. And at that event, during the program, we're going to talk about, let people know what changed and then how nonprofits can play a role in helping people in the community understand their new constitutional right to vote early.